Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm your beautiful host, Young Buffett, and in today's video, we're going to talk about what we talk about in every video. So I don't know why I say in today's video, because today's video is pretty much the same thing as the last video and will most likely be the same as the next video. So if you're into this type of video, scroll down, hit that subscribe button, be a part of the family. I love you, and we're just going to jump right into it. So if you haven't already, since you're already down there hitting that subscribe button, there's a link in my description for Finery, and it's most likely the top pinned comment as well. But Finery is a place where a bunch of cool guys are just hanging out and talking about stocks all day long. For example, you can see here that Jack sold Prague at 265 and then instantly regrets it, as Prague is currently up 37% today. So if you want to be a part of bad exits, feel free to join anytime. You can think of it like your emotional support group. Let's just help him out right here really quick. All right, so jumping into Ape Wisdom. Ape Wisdom covers Wall Street Bets, Wall Street Bets New, Wall Street Bets Elite, stock market, investing, SPACs, options, day trading, and short squeeze subreddits. On Ape Wisdom, it tracks the most talked about stocks on Reddit in the past 24 hours. Now, why is this important? Because sometimes things happen. For example, Prague, we saw Jack jump into that and jump out a little too early, but you can see it's number 3 on the most talked about stocks. The overall public sentiment is 71% positive. There is a lot of momentum, and we'll see what Wall Street Bets is talking about too, but that has been on our radar for quite a while now. So we like to take a look at this, but we also like to take a look at where CLOV falls here, because sometimes when this really picks up, it really picks up. So 75% positive public sentiment. Everybody was talking about it. Nearby words include Smile Direct Club stock up, only seeing puts, love, meme, buying, bottom, more, guy, December, ban bet, I don't know what that means, and GameStop. So in general, people are talking, but who is talking? Wall Street Bets sure isn't. Wall Street Bets is preoccupied with Tesla and Apple and SoFi. SoFi also had a fantastic day today, but we really just care about CLOV. And CLOV is not on this list. Is it down here? It is not on this list either. It has completely fallen off of the Wall Street Bets ticker sentiment. That is very interesting. So that ruins this portion of the video, but that is also interesting to know. Why did it get removed? Is it just because the comment volume fell below a threshold? Definitely going to keep an eye out on that, but we still can use this to take a look at max Payne. And the max Payne for this week is 8. If you are new here, last week I told you on the dot where CLOV will close. Now, I'm not saying I'm some financial guru with a crystal ball that can tell you where CLOV is going to go. We're just looking at numbers and analyzing some data here to see if CLOV is going to be predictable or not. And so far it has been. Being a stock that is so manipulated and so controlled and so short squeezable and just shady in general, it only makes sense for it to close at or near just above or just below the max Payne. If you don't know what max Payne is the strike price or the stock price that CLOV needs to close at to cause the maximum amount of pain to everybody who bought these calls and everybody who bought these puts. Now, I don't know who's buying $2 and $3 and $4 puts, but that's crazy. I don't think CLOV will ever go that low. I hope, please. But what's equally as crazy are the people who are buying these calls that will most likely close worthless. Now, if a call closes worthless, the person who wins is the person who sold that call. Now, we did sell a call last week. We sold the 8 call and we closed out of it profitably. So that worked out for us. And we used that because we saw the max Payne was 8. It did cut it a little bit close. So I am looking for options coming up. But I do need to be careful because of earnings. So let's keep that in the back pocket. But CLOV max Payne is 8, the week after 7.5. And I want to keep a close eye on the 7.5 and see if that comes true. If it does not, then we'll reevaluate our strategy here. But moving on to dark pool data. CLOV's dark pool data, net short volume is positive 464,000. Net short volume in dollars is positive 3.6. That means there's less and less shorting going on, which in this context would be bearish, because apparently we want a lot of shorting to happen to increase the short float, to increase the short pressure, to increase the short squeeze potential. I personally do not really care. Again, CLOV is a fantastic long-term hold regardless of any short situation. This shall pass, but it's a very interesting ride to watch. And by watch, I mean, let's take a look at the daily movement, because this is just really interesting to watch. If you notice these two lines that I have here. So CLOV closed at 789 on Friday. It opened up just a little bit below that today and dropped to a low of about 776, only to work its way right back up to that previous close line, which is this teal line here. It started to consolidate a little bit, then dipped right back down, only to bounce off of that previous close line again, working its way right back up to meet the maximum pain of $8 as illustrated by this red line. And it just briefly broke above it at a 804-ish, 805-ish number up here, and then worked its way right back down to that previous close, or to that max pain, and then kind of consolidated a little bit and worked its way right back down all the way to the previous clothesline, making it a almost very useless day today, a 2-cent move to the downside. So again, I'm not complaining. It's better than a 5% down day, right? But it is interesting to take a look at where the money is actually going, and that's why I like to take a look at the options chain. Oh my God. So 22,000 people have bought the $8 call. Currently, it is down 34%. So anybody who bought that might be down 34% from Friday. I'm curious to watch the movement on this. It's currently selling for $16 or $17. I did want to sell the $8 call as it is the max pain for this week, but it's kind of sketchy because earnings are coming up. And that's something I want to talk about. Maybe in the next video, we'll dive in a little bit deeper to talk about what we should expect and stuff. Let me know if you want a video on that. But earnings is coming up on the 9th, November 9th. So we're a little less than a month away. And I can make a video talking about what to expect, but what we can typically expect is a pre-earnings run-up where people start loading up on shares to see if CLOV delivers or not, and what their presentation is like and what their future guidance is like. And then it'll either go very down or stay about the same. So that's typically how it moves. We can also reference back to other earnings. This just looks like a mess, but we did see this pre-earnings candle right there. You see that? The pre-earnings run up, people loaded up on shares, people dumped their shares, people loaded right back up, and then their positive earnings sent us right back up, only to get shorted right back down. Again, it is just so manipulated that it makes sense for people to short this thing. It just does. And every time it pops, you see options premiums go crazy, and then it just gets destroyed. Look at all of these negative numbers. These are all people losing money. So be careful with options. Again, none of this is financial advice or a recommendation to buy or sell any type of security or investment, but just be careful and know what you're buying. I'm going to end it there. Know what you're buying. With that, I love you. I'll see you in the next video.